Okay, in this one, I will talk about the quest called Perilous Trails from the game Genshin Impact. Now, I really enjoyed this quest, and I'll explain why in this video. So, the impression that the entire game has left on me so far is fairly lighthearted and is a colorful adventure in which you explore the different lands and cultures of areas. The chasm has always stood out amongst the greenery of Mondstadt and the architecture of Liyue as this hole in the ground full of mystery and mystique. And as you explore it through the world quest, each area is defining and unique. You go down to the mushroom area, whose name sounds kind of like mine actually, and you go further down. There's the huge Celestian nail, and you talk to the explorers, and you can see that they're eager to explore it just as much as you are. And by the time you unlock the Perilous Trail involving Xiao, you have Ito, Kuki, and Yelan, and what's the lawyer called? Yanfei. It's it's such an unexpected cast because they come from such different backgrounds, and it really feels like a bunch of randoms coming together to solve this mystery, because you get trapped in this environment where there's seemingly no way out, and the entrapment goes beyond physical. Yourself, the traveler, your Paimon, and all the characters that are with you. You're literally entrapped in a time-space anomaly, and it's heavily implied that the time-space anomaly has a conscience, and it's actively trying to trap you there. So not only is the agency taken away from you to escape, but you're also being forcefully kept there. And as you go through the quest, you lose even more hope, and you're just abysmal. Very rarely do you see Paimon detached from the character, but I remember distinctly there was a moment where you could go around and talk to the different members of the crew, and you could see Paimon in a slumber, just head down, and there's a speak bubble coming out of her head, and the whole vibe was quite rough. At some point, you had Xiao talking about possibly sacrificing himself, and Yelan strongly disagreeing with that. At which point, Ito came to break the tension and just smash a big hole in the wall. Another memorable moment was when they went into the mysterious door, where I think Kuki first went in, and you could see that she had troubles with her parents. No, sorry, Ito first went in, and you could see Beans there, and it progressed to be more serious as they went on, until eventually the traveler volunteered to go in, because it was a path they thought was possible as a form of escape. And the moment she entered, it was nothing unlike the other members. It was just the void, and it was shocking, to be honest, because I was expecting maybe it's the same old architecture with it was the Inazuma architecture, but no, it was straight up the void. There was no way out. She went in, looked around. Oh shit, there's nothing here. Of course, there's a way out, but it was just shocking at the moment because it was so unexpected. Another great moment of the quest was the ascension up back to the surface. That was mind-blowing because, it was just so happened that the fantastic compass required adeptal energy and also the human energy. So with Xiao, he could use the device and shoot everyone back up to the surface. It was pretty amazing. It was very emotional. You could see the souls of the Liyue soldiers from 500 years ago at the Kanrian War. Try to stop them. I don't understand why. Maybe I missed something, but it was emotional. And in the end, Xiao did attempt to sacrifice himself, but Zhongli comes and saves the day, which I am pretty happy about, actually. I think the effect of him dying there would have been okay. I think it would have made the story stronger, possibly. But it was just as strong with him surviving, because then he got to explain well, I guess he didn't explain it. The game just kind of showed it to us, but the game then showed us the cutscene with his old comrades. He, when he was being shot up, he was like, "Oh, General Alatus," and it's implied. Well, it's not implied, but you can infer from that line that he was a general. Now he's completely alone, but he used to have a past with his comrades, such as Bosatius, I think was his name, And you see also the story of Bosacius and Boyang in the bottom of the chasm, and Boyang goes, please don't die first, right? Because then he'll be alone and he's just a normal human being, and the other person's an Adeptus. Or I think I'm pretty sure he's an Adeptus. And it was really touching. You could see all the Adeptal friends Xiao used to have. And yeah, I think it was a very outstandingly done quest. It was a different tone that the game usually adopts, and I tried not to break immersion by just teleporting out of the chasm during the whole quest. It would have been pretty stupid to do that, I thought. So I did the whole thing in one go, and I think it flowed very well from that. If I had one complaint, it would be one of the puzzles where you rotate the whole map, and then you kill the enemies, and then you align these little light beams with the floor. I thought that whole section was, I wouldn't say silly, but yeah, it was a bit much. But I think it got the point across. What am I missing? Oh yes, the whole time thing with the fantastic compass in that domain. I thought it was pretty neat. You had to go back and forth in time to make small adjustments so that you could go back and forward in time. Back forward in time so that you can interact with the thing you interacted with in the past. And you can also see, you can also play as Xiao to actually fight Bosacius. Now, unfortunately, his model in the game, the one you fight with, is just a ball, which is very unfortunate because his model, which you later see in the cutscene after you finish the quest, is so beautifully made. It's just this, big softy with like 4 arms, and I think if it was like a world boss like you see with the other cube-like angels and the big flowers, I think it would have been really neat if we could revisit the domain and fight Bosacius as this 4-armed boss. That would have been amazing, but I understand it's probably quite technically difficult, and the quest isn't exactly new either, and I'm a pretty new player, so yes, those are my thoughts on Perilous Trail from Genshin Impact in the Chasm. It was fantastic. That's about it. Thank you for listening.